So the only way we can speak about this intelligently is if we look at historical data.
Okay. But I'm gonna walk you like a fucking
Oh, for comparison's sake, let's look at these two boats. Now we can call the Dodge, the Challenger is a boat, the Hellcat is a boat. I hear it all the time from Mustang guys. I'm gonna kill that boat. Whatever.
No. Remember, you lost to a naturally aspirated 2018 5.0 Mustang with your Hellcat. What up, fellow YouTubers today and fellow horsemen and car enthusiasts everywhere. Today we're going to talk about the 2020 Shelby GT500 versus the Hellcat Red Eye yet again. The only reason why I'm bringing this back up is because I think Mod2Fames' approach on the situation is not exactly accurate. I love the guy, I love the channel, he does great content, but let's get down to business here. He started talking about power to weight ratios. He started talking about all these numbers and the drivetrain loss.
Mustangs typically dyno somewhere around at a 15% drivetrain loss.
All that, but let's get right down to facts here. The 2020 Shelby GT500, and like I've stated before, I will say again, is not, I'm not saying it's leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the competition, because I really don't believe it is. But Mod2Fame, let's not point out that you lost to a naturally aspirated Mustang. Granted, it was a 10-speed automatic to your manual Hellcat, but you still had 200 horse on the guy at least. So with that aside, and you want to talk about horsepower to weight ratio, that proves right there that it has nothing to do with just horsepower to weight ratio. It also has to do with transmission and getting that power to the ground. So if Ford could make an NA car, naturally aspirated, 5.0 with no blower, beat your Hellcat in the quarter mile, granted you were on a manual, I get it. What do you think they're gonna do if you take a better transmission and a lot more horsepower, at least 250 more horse, and apply it to the same scenario? Dude, it's not always about the horsepower rating to weight ratio. It's also about the technology and getting that to the ground. And we both know that the DCT transmission that's going to be in that Shelby, come on, man, it's going to be better than the 10-speed that's in the 5.0s. So yeah, and let's also not forget that the 2018 5.0s were also like 4,000 pounds, like 3,900, I think, to 4,000 or something around there. They're around 4,000 pounds. They weigh a ton, just like this GT500 is going to be. So, and not to mention that the Hellcats are still roughly 450 pounds more. You just got done saying in your video that 400 pounds is a lot.
Of weight, you got a difference of weight of basically 400 pounds. That's a lot.
It is a lot, especially with relative horsepower and the fact that that DCT transmission is going to be killer. So, like, you're looking at the numbers, and I can appreciate how you're approaching it. I just don't think that it's necessarily accurate to the situation, because if we did the same, if we approached it the same as if we were to bring in the 5.0 from 2018 with the 10-speed auto, and we looked at it, the scenario from the same angle, then it shouldn't be doing 11 seconds in the quarter mile. That thing should be, 12s and above. But they took a 460 horsepower crank horsepower car, which made like 380 to the wheel. So 380 horsepower to the wheel, but all of a sudden they bolt up that 10-speed transmission and the car is running high 11s stock. So yeah, let's add 250 more horse to that and then throw a better automatic transmission. So yes, I do think it's gonna, I think it's gonna beat the Red Eye, I really do. I don't know for sure, but I mean, that would be my bet as of right now, just because of the technology. Getting that power to the ground is key. So remember that, guys. It's not always about horsepower to weight ratio. It's a big factor. I'm not knocking it, but you got to remember the technology in today's vehicles. It's just different. It's a different ballgame out there. So anyways, guys, that's my 2 cents. Yes, horsepower to weight ratio is a big factor. I'm never knocking it, but so is technology and getting that power to the ground. As Ford has proven with the 2018 5.0 Mustang with that 10-speed automatic to be beating Hellcats like Mod2Fames. Come on, guys. I mean, it's sad, but the technology is proven. And that's, I think, where Ford is taking this new direction. So other than that, that's my 2 cents. Please comment below what you think. Like, subscribe, and as always, tell me what's in your stables. Catch you on the next video, and we'll go from there.